Students, good morning everyone. So in the last class we have just started haloalkane arenes and I have given just introduction about it, right? And in today's class we will go with your syllabus. So dear student, here haloalkane is nothing but, as I have given in the last class, about the introduction. So if you know the introduction, then these organic concepts will be very easy for you, right? So see here, after formation of a bond, after formation of a haloalkane, we need to see about these two elements, right? So there will be a CH3 definitely, or else in general one we can say R and X. So here, X elements, the halogens are negatively charged species, and definitely they are having what more electronegativity, which is very important. And you go through the electronegativity, right? So electronegativity plays a very important role. So here, after formation of bond also, after formation of haloalkane also, what happens is the bonded pair of electron slightly move towards the X, halogen. Why? Because of its electronegativity. See here, our total organic chemistry is depend on the electronegativity. So that's why please you go through the basics, right? So in periodicity chapter as well as in organic some techniques and principles of organic chemistry of last year, you just go through for electronegativity. So now what happens? Slightly the bonded pair, that means the electron which are involved in the bond formation is slightly move towards the what? Halogen. So as a result, what happens is it will get partially negative charge and partially positive charge, right? And one more thing what I can say is haloalkane is very stable. Once the bond formation takes place between the halogen as well as the alkyl group, then the compound will be very stable. It will not readily undergo into the reaction. One point. And here if I go again some detail about it, then definitely in haloalkanes, remember this point, in haloalkanes, halogen atom is always attached to sp3 hybridized carbon atom. Very important. So this is also an introduction I can say. So always in haloalkane, not in haloarene, right? In haloalkane, so always a halogen will be attached to what? sp3 hybridized carbon atom, right? sp3 hybridized carbon atom. So now coming to this concept, the general formula will be what? R and X. And now if I define this, haloalkane, then haloalkanes are the derivatives of alkanes, right? That means haloalkanes are the now when we can define it, haloalkanes are the derivatives of alkanes, are the derivatives of alkane, in which one or more hydrogens are replaced by halogen, right? See, it may be, see here, it may be only one halogen type, it may be a two halogen attached. That means how many number of hydrogen you will remove, that much number will be like this, right? There may be a three halogen atom may attack to that carbon atom. That means one or more hydrogens are replaced by what? Halogen is nothing but what? Haloalkanes, right? So haloalkanes are the derivative. Derivative means derived. That means we have derived this haloalkane from what? Alkanes. Generally, we have derived. Why? Because before removal of hydrogen, what was the condition of this carbon? It is a purely alkane. So to prepare a haloalkane, what we need to do? We need to remove one hydrogen first of all. Later we will go for 2, 3 like this, or else sometimes 4 will be there. Carbon tetrachloride like this, CX4, or else example is CCl4, carbon tetrachloride like this. So now one or more hydrogen one we can remove. So after removal of hydrogen, we need to that means this alkane becomes alkyl group, and that alkyl group definitely will react with what? Halogen atom. Like how one we can get haloalkanes. These are the derivatives of alkanes, right? In which one or more hydrogens are replaced with what? Halogen is called as haloalkanes, right? So you already know about the alkyl groups, right? So alkyl group can be formed by removal of one or more hydrogen from the alkane, right? So if I remove, say here, first of all, if I say if you are not getting, then please you go through again this. First of all, this was the alkane. After removal of hydrogen, what happens? It becomes CH3 plus. And now, once if we remove one hydrogen from the alkane, pure alkane, so that's why what we are calling that as a derivatives of alkane. Why? Because we are getting these halogens from generally from what? Alkanes only. So that's why these are the derivatives of alkane we said. And now, if I remove one hydrogen from any alkane, not only from methane, ethane, propane, butane, decane, till decane you can take. So if I remove one hydrogen, then it becomes alkyl group, right? So and that alkyl group will be represented by what? R, right? So this is the condition right here. So this is about the introduction one I can say. And these halogens may be X, maybe you already know fluorine, chlorine, bromine, or iodine, right? You just remember these things, then later this chapter will be very easy. So haloalkanes, that means the next part of this chapter will be classification of haloalkanes, right? So I'm not going through the revised syllabus, I'm taking whole and soul, complete syllabus, right? So classification of haloalkanes. Classification of haloalkanes. Already we know what are haloalkanes. So now, so these haloalkanes can be classified based on the number of halogen atom present in it, right? So based on number of halogen present, one we can say, one we can divide or classify it into three category: mono, right? Mono haloalkane, right? Next, dihaloalkane, or third one polyhaloalkane. More than three, one we can say. Monohaloalkanes, dihaloalkanes, and polyhaloalkanes, right? Like how one we can classify these haloalkanes into three categories based on number of halogen atom attached. So first we will see monohaloalkane, right? So mono means already we know single, one. If one halogen is attached to what? Alkyl group, then definitely that will be called as monohaloalkane. If one halogen is attached to a what alkane, or else replacing of one hydrogen, one we can say. and the example, if I show the example, then definitely you come to know. So example CH3Cl, right? Only one X. Now CH3CH2X, or else Br, you can say anything. So if one halogen, if it is a big group like this, then also we need to see how many number of halogens. That's all. How many number of halogens? In this particular compound, only one halogen, so therefore monohaloalkane. Right? If one hydrogen is replaced with the halogen, then those, or else directly when we can say to the alkane, one halogen is attached, then those haloalkanes are called as monohaloalkanes. And the general formula of monohaloalkane is CnH2n plus 1x. So this is the general formula. You remember this, why? Because in your CET or NEET, this requires the most, right? So now the general formula of monohaloalkane is CnH2n plus 1, right? And these monohaloalkanes can be again classified into, right, primary haloalkane, secondary haloalkane, and tertiary haloalkane, right? So understood, monohaloalkane means very simple, only one halogen should be attached. If one halogen is attached to the given compound, then definitely that will be called as a monohaloalkane. That is the case, one point. And now these monohaloalkane, once again, when we can classify into three categories, like see here, primary haloalkane, secondary haloalkane, and tertiary haloalkane. So if you remember primary, secondary, and tertiary alkanes, then definitely it will be very easy for us. So before going to the haloalkanes, let me introduce to which group one we should call as a primary, secondary, or tertiary. So now see here, with respect to this carbon, right, only single, that means okay, yes, halogen. So this is called a primary alkane. So based on what we are deciding, based on alkyl group to this particular carbon, right? So if there are two R present around the central carbon atom is very important. If two R groups are present, then it is called secondary, right? Very simple. And if three alkyl groups are present around it, then it is called as a tertiary, right? Based on number of alkyl group attached to the what central carbon atom, one we can divide them into primary, secondary, or tertiary. And here, in case of simple alkanes, one we can say quaternary also, right? Quaternary carbon atom. If all groups are of alkyl only around the central carbon atom, then that is called as what? Quaternary carbon atom, right? So now we will see this. Monohaloalkanes can again classified into three types. So now see here, these are very simple again. Say for example, based on alkyl only we need to classify. So here see, only one alkyl group is present on this. Based on to which carbon atom a halogen is attached, around it you just check whether all are H or else like this example. If I write this example, then it looks like this: C, X, H, and H. Based on alkyl group, only one alkyl group, that means R group. To that R group is directly attached to which carbon atom? the halogen attached carbon atom. So thus based on it, there is only one alkyl group, so therefore it becomes a primary haloalkane, right? So based on number of alkyl groups attached to the carbon atom to which the halogen is attached, based on that one we can say a primary haloalkane. And coming to the second one, that means very simple. You replace one hydrogen with alkyl group or methyl group. So now there are two, right? There are two alkyl groups to which the halogen is attached. So thus, based on that, one I can say this as a secondary carbocation. Yes, haloalkane. And if the three haloalkane, these are the mono haloalkanes only, right? Don't forget. Why? Because only one halogen is attached in the compound. So now, if there are three groups are attached, then definitely that will be, we call that as a tertiary haloalkane. Tertiary monohaloalkane, you can say. Primary monohaloalkane, secondary monohaloalkane, or else tertiary monohaloalkanes. Please ask doubts. I don't know how much you are getting. Why? Because it is a just second class of organic chemistry. If you are having a single small doubt, please do ask, right? And your doubts are always welcome. Why? Because it's an organic chemistry. If you are missing any point, please do contact me, right? Thank you.